All right. This is ultimately about minimum wage, but I'm going to tackle a few things. So it's minimum wage, it's connected to the arbitrary power stuff, but also is sort of, current events or politics, life in the US. But a little bit of background on this is I am filing all of these videos, and naturally there are videos like this where I'm sharing thoughts or ideas, or in this case sort of working through them in real time. And as I've learned new things, realized that some of those original thoughts were either wrong or slightly off. And so I want to address this minimum wage idea that I had, and it's going to touch on the idea that I had in the right to be lazy, as well as just minimum wage in general. So in these videos, I was really working through it, and just like those videos, I'm still working through this. I don't have a great complete final opinion on it, and I wanted to make that clear, and that for a lot of these videos my stance isn't permanent. I'm still working through them, and this is definitely one of those. So in the video, it was interesting because I was trying to get to this right to be lazy argument, which is a horrible name for it now that I consider it. And to reiterate, it's not really about actually being lazy. It's based on this idea that in the pursuit of happiness, however that's defined by the individual shouldn't be obligated to participate in the rat race just to exist. I don't think that a person who would prefer a simple life ought to be held to these arbitrary standards that everybody is supposed to participate in. And so I was analyzing minimum wage, and here's where I was kind of getting at. I fumbled around so much with the words, and I was like, I gotta make a video clarifying that I know what it was. So the problem that I was alluding to but not getting at was this problem that minimum wage isn't really a solution. It's a right idea. The idea being there needs to be a basic income level where people can have a pretty comfortable life. They can have the right to live this simple life. And minimum wage, though, is not the way that we get that. Right? And that's not even really the purpose of minimum wage. It's to ensure that people have that security, that their work can be something that they can live off of. But the conflict that we're dealing with, the solution isn't in that. The conflict that we're dealing with is the inherent objective within our economic structure through capitalism. I do have a video for sure getting into this a little bit more, but the idea that a business inherently takes more than it gives. And so an employee is always expected to give more than it gets. And so if we want to ensure this basic income level that people can live off of, we can't do it through a minimum wage, because the system has to account for that towards its ultimate objective of maximizing profits at the lowest cost. So it's going to do it in other areas, and you're going to feel that pain. It's just going to be it somewhere else. And so without attacking the true problem, without preventing businesses from providing a livable wage, or without having something in society that provides that security, individuals will always be exposed to this problem. And so I think of it like this now. Minimum wage is more of this abstract concept. We need this base level quality of life type of thing in place. But I don't think that minimum wage itself is the solution. It's a band-aid. And the other thing that I wanted to mention was that